Man, I just took this dude apart. You'd think I'd remember how to put him back together again. Hey everybody, welcome to Review Time with Islip. I am Islip and we're doing a new setup. We've got a whole new background. You can't see it. You'll see it, I guess, during the robot mode. But over here, Teletran 1 is playing my channel, Review Time. Let's see if I can pan it up just a little bit. There we go. So you can see, Review Time is playing in the Ark. And I've got new lighting set up. I've got new camera setup. It's 30 frames a second. I dropped it down, but it's going to be at 4K, so that should, even at 1080p, should be sharper than what I was previously doing. The camera had, frankly, I haven't been happy with the quality, and this will do until I can hopefully get a 4K camera. That's neither here nor there. One thing at a time. We're back to reviewing, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Earthrise War for Cybertron Trilogy Fasttrack, or should I say Decepticon Fasttrack. And you can see I am using a ring light. It's let me turn down the ring light brightness a little bit. It's actually helped out a lot with the video. Unfortunately, the side effect is, you see a bit of a ring, but when there's a figure right here, you're not going to notice the ring as much. So we've got the packaging here. It's all nice and Earthrisey, and here we've got Fasttrack in his 3 modes. His 2 modes, his 3 modes, and then he's a weaponizer, so he breaks up and becomes weapons for other robots. He's a deluxe size figure. I've had him for 3 weeks, maybe a month. I don't remember, to be honest with you. I've had him for a little bit. I got him back when TF Source started selling. They got their restock of Earthrise Scorponok. Was it Earthrise? Kingdom Scorponok. Or is it Earth? I forget. Well, let me just look at the thing. Earthrise. I was right. It was Earthrise Scorponok. So they got their restock. I got one, but of course I had to get Fasttrack. So we're gonna do Fasttrack first, just because he's the little figure. Get him out of the way, and then we can move on to bigger and better. So here's Fasttrack in his little tank mode, and he looks a lot like his G1 tank self. Basically, it was just a little dude that folded in half with his arms outstretched. So yeah. So now I get to see. Let me make sure this is focused. There we go. So yeah, it looks nice and little Fasttrack tanky. This is how the Fasttrack tank looked, and with the exception of this is a piece of the spear mode. But according to the back of the box, you put it there, and then you can put a little figure sitting on it, and yep, there it goes. There's a little figure sitting on the back of Fasttrack, even though he has a cockpit where you would think the figure would go, but it doesn't do it there. So yeah, and of course the figure doesn't fit there. This is Cerebros or Emissary, depending on whether you're going by the G1 cartoon or you're going by the I think the box called him Emissary. I'm calling him Cerebros. Well, Spike, actually, it was Spike. Sorry, that was Spike who made the head of Cerebros. So yeah, and he turns into a robot, and he turns into a spirit, and he turns into basically whatever you decide he turns into, because he's a parts former. So he's got his little tank mode, which kind of looks like a little vehicle. That looks like a vehicle. Everything else is kind of, up to you to decide what it is. So let's see if I can remember how to make the tank. Basically, pull everything off. Everything comes off. everything. Oops. Oh yeah. There we go. Okay, pull that off. And I think that is where we stop, right? So we've got all these little bits and pieces. So let me look at the back of the box so I can remember exactly how I put them things together. That's not the right box. Okay, so we've got this piece here. And I'm going to rotate these up. Sorry, excuse me. Rotate these up. These will go like, let's see. Yeah, there we go. And we've got you here. We've got you here. Open these up like that. This opens up like so. And that gets put here. So that plugs into the 2 ports on the bottom of the feet. Like so. This goes at the top and slots in, and that helps hold everything together. So we've got that there. So that we've got that, and then take these, and these plug into each other. Like so. And then we plug it in like this, and there you have got your spear. Sorry, I didn't. So this is the spear for your Titan mode, and it holds like this. It's pretty long, but not very. It doesn't stay together the greatest. So I mean, this part up here is fairly secure up here. It's just when you get to the arm bits, and then there's nothing to do with this. This just kind of is something, and it has a it has one of those little clips so you can put them as part of something. I don't know. Usually when I have the spear mode, he's plugged into the back of Scorponok where you can't see him. So that's that. I usually actually don't even use the spear mode. I actually turn him into a gun for Scorponok, since I don't have a gun for Scorponok currently. But yeah, so there's that. I've got my big old hands in the way. Get that out of the way so we can take a nice look at the spear. It's an alright spear. It's a spear because we say it's a spear, basically. So yeah, and we're gonna go ahead and pull them apart again, and this way we can make the robot. Okay, alrighty, so we're gonna take the legs and we're just gonna rotate them. Rotate them. Should we have that? We got this like that. You put this, make sure these are facing down like this. Then this will plug into there. And it wasn't as hard as I was making it. And then we'll plug the arms on. There are 2 holes to plug the arms with here. I don't really think it matters which one you use, but it kind of looks a little more intimidating if you've got his arms up rather than if you have his arms down at his side. So we'll just use that like that. Rotate his head around, and then this piece goes on to the back like so. And there you have your robot. And then you got this extra piece which doesn't really do anything. I usually just stick it on the back here like this. You can stick it in any one of the holes. If you want to, you can take the guns out, and the guns can actually go on his shoulders. It's actually on the box where he's got one hand as a gun and one hand on his shoulder. And then if you want to, you can use this as a blade of sorts. That is totally up to you. But we're just gonna, we'll just take his little guns off for now. Just take a good look at the robot real quick. Hold on. So he looks fantastic. I'm gonna turn up the. He looks fantastic. His little silver gray mode. I like this whole thing here. It's actually, he's got a Soundwavy head, but his chest kind of reminds me a little bit of an Optimus Prime. I can see changing the head and repainting this as a little Optimus. Why not? So he's pretty nice. He's very articulate. His head rotates 360. Arms rotate 360. They go in and out here at the shoulder. Bends 90 degrees at the elbow. Rotates just above the elbow. And his wrists actually rotate 360. Although they do kind of lock up at points for some reason. He has a waist. His legs go forward all the way. They can go back all the way if you negotiate through the kibble. They go straight out. Of course, they rotate at the upper thigh because that's a connecting point. So, of course, that's a swivel. He has over 90 degrees at his knee because of transformation, and he even has ankle pivot, so you can of course get him into some dynamic poses if you wish. If you know, you consider that a dynamic pose, but you know, you can do, as you can see, we can really get him down there if you really need to. Get him in a sort of Sub-Zero sliding pose. Whoops. So you can do that if you need to. So, yeah, he's a pretty nifty little figure. I mean, I'm not 100% sure I'd get him if I didn't need him for Scorponok, but it is nice, and he does have, at least over here, he does have that those little nubs that you would use for for the Titan Masters to stand on if you needed it. There you go. You can have head storage if that's a thing that you want. It's there. I don't need it because that's weird, but yeah. And I think that is about it for this figure. There's not much else really other than, again, you can pull his body parts off and use them with other robots if you want to. That is totally a thing you can do. I honestly really only got him to help complete Scorponok. And I will be getting some of the upgrade sets for the Scorponok figure if you're wondering. But we'll discuss that in another video. That said, I'm iSlip. Thank you for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Hope you like the new setting, the new lighting, and all that stuff. And you know what? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. As far as the setting, as far as, you know, the figure review. Do I suck? Am I decent? You know, anything. You don't have to like, you don't have to rate, you don't have to subscribe, you don't really have to comment either. That would just be just nice to know what your thoughts are. So, and I do read the comments. I don't always respond, but I try to respond when I get them. And yeah, that's it. That's all I've got to say. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and ciao.